Okay, no intro today. All right, we are gonna get started with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. I know so many of you love the original putty primer, and I have both. I have the regular and I have the luminous, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I love either one of them as much as you guys do. So today I'm gonna try the luminous version because the foundation that I'm wearing is a little bit more mattifying. So I'm gonna use a luminous primer in hopes that it won't leave my face so flat. And I am using a little round, it's from this brand right here. My friend Stacy purchased them off of Amazon, and I love it for like these kinds of products, you know, balmy type products. All right. So it does give a light golden glow to the skin. For foundation, I am testing out the Kevin Aquan, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, foundation balm. This is in light FB 4.5. I have only tried this once, and I think it is a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to test it again. It does come with a little brush, and it has like a really nice medium density to it. So this is the little brush that it comes with. It is not extra when you purchase the foundation. It just already comes with the brush. So I'm going to use kind of like a pressing motion, just press that into the skin. Yes, this is very, very light. So I'll do half of my face with this foundation so you guys can see the difference and the coverage. Right now, my skin is really red because I had a Zumba class this morning. So I'm still a little bit flushed, and there's still some lots of redness on the surface of my skin. Although I naturally have pink skin, pink reddish. Oh my gosh. Here on the little screen, okay, on the viewfinder, this looks like a mask. When I look at it in person, it does not look as dramatic as it does there. But we'll see what it looks like when I'm editing. Okay, so you can see the coverage. It gives really nice coverage. Okay, so there's the coverage. So we're gonna go ahead and finish the other half of the face. I'm not worried about how light it is because I will blend it in, we'll add bronzer, all that good stuff. So we're going to make it work. It does feel very lightweight, and I haven't let it set, but it does lift up quite a bit of product. Look at that. That's just from one press. So I'll use a clean finger. It does lift some foundation, and you can see that it just leaves marks on the face. So if you're using a cell phone, a mask, it looks like this foundation moves.
Look at my lashes. I look good.
My beautiful girl. All right, this is where we're at after pressing the foundation in with a sponge. Clearly, this shade is too light. We have already established that. So again, let's not take that into consideration. That is not anybody's fault but my own because I did not choose the right shade. So I am just applying my corrector now. It is the Tarte CZ Corrector in light medium, I believe. Yes. So that's what I'm using. For concealer, we are going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This one is in the shade Light 45W. I've only used this a couple of times, and I don't know how I feel about it either. I do love the applicator though. Whoa, okay, this is too, holy moly. Okay, we're just gonna work with everything we have here. This might end up looking crazy at the end. We'll see. I would say this is a medium coverage concealer. I'm gonna apply a little bit more right in the inner corner and spread that out. Okay, I think it did a really decent job. I can still see some shadows. Just remember that if you have any darkness or color correcting issues that need to be addressed, whether you have like purple or blue or just, you know, darkness underneath, you should really use a corrector first to kind of even it out and correct that color, and then go in with concealer. You want to do everything with light layers, nothing too heavy. So this is fine for every day. I don't need a concealer that's super full coverage. This is perfect. So far so good on the concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and place my brows on, fill in my brows, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I feel like the foundation oxidized like the tiniest bit. It still looks very mask-like here, but it does not look horrible in person. But now we're going to bronze up the skin. I am still not sure about this RMS Beauty Buriti bronzer. It is so tiny, it is very expensive. You guys know I don't really care how inexpensive or expensive so much a product is, as long as it works well. But this is a little bitty thing. This is, how many ounces is it? 20 ounces, so 5.67 grams. I guess it's all right. But it's still a little bit pricey. I'm not ever like sure of the color. So we're gonna test it out today. And I wish I had my receipts. I'm horrible about saving receipts. Sometimes I save them and then like for a week until I'm cleaning out my drawers, and then I just go like crazy throwing things away, and I need to chill out. Because I'm just grabbing stuff and like I get so frustrated with a bunch of paper, so I just throw everything away. And I should probably just go buy one of those cute boxes and throw my receipts in there. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like I just don't know about, the color of this. By the way, I'm using this brush that I absolutely love. This is like my new favorite stippling brush. As far as like a bigger size goes, it's by Eco Tools, and it is the bronze brush. It's got a pink kind of spackled handle, and I like it. I like it a lot. So I just see like, I see some plummy tones to it. Man, I just don't know if I love this. I need to know if you guys have this, what you think of it. Oh Lord, my nose looks now like bruised. I have very mixed feelings about this bronzer. I don't know, you guys. Okay, let's move on to blush. I love Fenty's products. Like, her line has become one of my favorites this year for sure. So this cream blush, it's not necessarily that I question the cream blush, like the product itself. I just don't know about the color. So I am cleaning off my bronzer brush, and I'm going to go in with the Fenty cream blush in Rose Latte. It's the Cheeks Out cream blush, and it's in the shade number 10. So I have used it before. I think I've only used it once, but I don't remember. And I just look at the shade, I'm like, oh gosh, is that way too plummy brown? I don't know. Let's check. No, it's not. It's actually really pretty. It gives like a nice flush to the cheeks. Okay, that's not as deep as I thought it was going to be. And like I said, I hadn't used this in a while, so it was great for me to pull this out and see. I go crazy with my products, so I know this probably looks really crazy. Don't worry, I am going to tone everything down. I always do. Well, I say I always do. I tone it down for, like, according to my standards. I'm sure some of my normal friends might think it's still too much. Okay, so there's the blush and the bronzer. What do you think of the bronzer? You saw it before the blush. I tried to kind of mix the blush and the bronzer together so it doesn't look like stripes of bronzer, stripes of blush. But let me know what you think of it. So now I'm gonna go in with powder, and I'm not sure about this powder. It's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I've only used this one once, maybe twice, so I'm not sure about it, but it's in the shade medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that now. This powder does look really nice. It actually looks really nice on. Okay, this is called the Halo Glow Setting Powder. Sorry, I'm trying to look at like different angles. I think it gives like a slight glow from within look, but it's definitely very minimal. Sorry, I get these. There we go. So this is called the Halo Glow Setting Powder. I would say it gives like a very, very minimal glow from within look. It's very subtle. So you're not gonna see a lot of shimmer, definitely no glitter. This is not a glittery powder. It's very, very subtle. I like the way that it looks on top of the foundation. The shade medium actually looks really dark in the packaging for me and a little bit pink toned, but it actually looks really nice on the skin. So so far I am very happy with this. I would like to see, you know what, let's test it out and see what it looks like underneath the eyes to set the concealer. So anytime that I set my under eyes, I always go in one eye at a time and I press like the concealer under there, because you know it does crease if you've got fine lines. Unless you're very young, you probably don't have a whole lot of creasing going on. So I just take a little bit. Yeah, it did give a little bit of color underneath the eyes, just a little bit. So it's probably, unless they have a translucent version, it's probably not the best for setting the under eyes, unless you get like I said, unless they have a translucent version or a like banana yellow color to kind of brighten, but I wouldn't use a skin tone powder underneath here. I'm having so much fun filming this video for you guys. I have missed being on here and talking makeup. All right, let's move on to bronzer. I'm using the Kevin Aquan. I don't know, is the N pronounced? Let me know. This is the Neo bronzer in Dusk Medium. And I really like this like darker end of the spectrum, but I also don't know if it pulls to red. So I'm just going to take my brush and just kind of go stamp it across, and let's see what that does. I should probably also try this without a cream bronzer just to see what I think, but too late. Holy moly, did you guys see that? That's pigmented. I don't know why I have such a hard time staying like in the actual area I'm supposed to be in. I always bring it down. I think I go too crazy when I'm placing product. I think I'm actually going to skip powder blush today, which is basically unheard of for me. I don't ever skip blush. So I'm gonna jump right into highlighter. I'm using the e.l.f. White Gold. I actually had this to return, but I saw someone a few months back, she was talking about this highlighter and she was saying how much she loves it and to use it with a stippling brush. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a MAC 159 and I am just going to take this highlighter. It is very hard pressed. So when you feel it like this, it doesn't have like the smoothest kind of texture, but it does look pretty pigmented. So I'm gonna try it with a stippling brush. Ooh, that is pretty. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. Ooh la la. Wow, can you see that? Nothing here. Boom, nothing, boom. I think this highlighter would be really great for people with like fair light skin. It's a little bit too white. I know it's supposed to be a white gold, but it's a little bit too white for me. So I would say if you're like medium tan, be careful. All right, you guys, for eyeshadow, I am gonna try out the e.l.f. Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna do this off camera just because eyes take a really long time for me. So I will do that off camera and then I'll be right back. I got a little bit of mascara here. And if that ever happens and you don't know the trick, let it dry. Don't try to take it off while it's still wet. Let it dry, and then you can go in with a spoolie that doesn't have any makeup on it, so a clean spoolie, or a Q-tip, and you can just kind of flick it off and it should come right off without moving your makeup. So I'm gonna just let that dry for a little bit. I do want a little bit more blush. I like blush, and I want a little bit more. So I'm gonna go back in with the Fenty cream blush and just stamp a little bit here. Even though I've already set it with powder, it's all good. Seems to work well on top of powder. For lipstick, I know that I love the formula of these, and I have a few other shades that I absolutely love. I'm not sure about this shade, and so I'm gonna try it. I think it's gonna go good with like kind of the copper colors going on in my eyes. It is the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipstick. It looks like a beautiful color. I just wonder what it's gonna look like on me. I don't know if it's gonna pull too orange. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to tell you the shade. The shade is in Crossfade, and it's the Powder Kiss liquid lip color. Okay, I do like this color. That is pretty. It's not a color that I would pick out for myself, even though, like I said, it looks beautiful in the packaging. I just like have colors that I stick to, but this looks really, really good. This is a really, really great lipstick, and I've talked about this formula before on IG stories. If you're not following me on Instagram, my handle is Makeup with Prissy, so same as my channel. I will link it down below, but I did talk about these lipsticks. The formula of them is really interesting and very different, but I love this color. I love this color. It's so pretty. This is the final look. What do you guys think of it? All right, that will do it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any of these products, let me know what you think of them. And of course, leave your ideas down below, your video requests down below. Let me know how you're doing.